Good evening, everybody. Good evening. I think this thing needs to be a little taller for me, but
You can grab it and hold it.
no, that's okay with all things COVID. I'll just keep it right here. I'll lean. I'm Donovan Cronkite. I'm publisher of Jackson Magazine. This is our 13th year of holding Healthcare Angels, and I can honestly say this is the first and hopefully the last time we hold it in this fashion. This is an interesting experience, but I'm glad that all of you could be with us tonight to get the recognition that you so deserve. It's been an interesting year, and I think that all of us who have watched the healthcare profession not being in it are glad that you're getting the recognition that you deserve, even if it comes in some trying circumstances. We know that it's been important to us at Jackson Magazine for the last 13 years and beyond that, and we're glad to honor you here tonight. I would like to thank Ella Sharp Museum. This obviously was a pretty audible call to have it out here on the patio. It is so nice that they were able to accommodate us instead of being inside where we couldn't have held this event because of the limitations on how many people. So thank you to Jackson Rental Center. I've been framed for all the beautiful awards you'll be able to take home tonight, and LTI Printing. We could not put on these events, even in this fashion, without these companies. I'd also like to thank the 4 sponsors that we have tonight. They are also incredibly important, and thank you so much for continuing to support events like this, even in the world gets turns upside down. Lloyd Ganton Retirement Centers and Orthopedic Rehab Specialists are our 2 presenting sponsors tonight. Thank you very much to you. And our supporting sponsors, Lammers Heating and Air Conditioning and Right at Home. Thank you to you as well. You're what help make this event possible as well. At this time, yes, give them a round of applause. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to invite Paul Buchholz, President and CFO, and Carol Buchholz, Vice President from Lloyd Ganton Retirement Centers, on up to speak as well.
My wife asked do I need to come up and talk? I said, no, that's okay. Well, thank you for that warm round of applause. It's a pleasure. We've been a sponsor since we started the Healthcare Angels, and I couldn't think of a better year than this year to highlight our angels among us. It's been a unique year, and there's just a lot of love and work that goes into reading all of these wonderful submissions, and it's just a pleasure every year to participate in one way or another to select angels. And if you work in healthcare, as most of you do, you know that when you're that soft touch on their back to explain why you can't see your loved ones because there's these restrictions in front of us, you become that very special person to a resident's lives. And at Lloyd Ganton Retirement Centers, we focus on our care, and we have for over 52 years, and I'm just fortunate to be a part of that and to work in the facilities, even though our families can't come in and visit. It's just very special to be able to do that, to be that angel that is so needed. I do want to say a very special congratulations to all the angels this year, but in particular, Samantha at our Brooklyn Living Center is definitely an angel, and we've known that, but even more this year, she's been a very special angel. So congratulations to you, Samantha. And we offer every level of care at Lloyd Ganton Retirement Centers, and if you're interested and want to look at that, gantonretirement.com, have a look at that. But again, I don't want to take anything away from the presentations because you are all very special angels. So congratulations to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. Now I'd like to invite Aaron Holly from Orthopedic Rehab to come on up and speak.
Okay, so again, I'm Aaron Holly, Orthopedic Rehab Specialist. Again, I want to start off by just thanking Jackson Magazine for hosting this wonderful event. We also have been sponsors of this event since the inception. I had the honor of being a healthcare angel in the very early years, and it was a really special thing for me back then to receive the recognition, but I've also enjoyed every year seeing all the angels that are recognized ongoing as well. I just want to echo what he said in this year especially. It's been really trying on the healthcare industry and the world in general, but to see people like the Angels who are being recognized for all the hard work that they've done, all the care that they've provided throughout the years is going to be really special to hear about. I look forward to it. And I would like to make a special thank you to, on the back of your programs, Miss Amy Chamberlain, who is our practice manager. Absolutely in this year with policy changes and updates to safety protocols, just all the things from an HR perspective that we have to deal with. We could not have done it without Amy. So people who are on the front lines taking care of patients, that is a special, special thing. But we know that the administrators that are behind the scenes make it all possible for us healthcare providers to be out and doing the care that we need to provide. At Orthopedic Rehab Specialist, my role is Chief Clinical Officer. So really it's my responsibility just to make sure that the care is there. So I mean, that's the big passion of mine, is making sure that everything we do is about taking care of patients, and I know that's why you guys all do what you do. We have a customer service vision that we use, transforming lives and giving hope, and to be a part of an event that pretty much exactly personifies exactly what we try to do every day. It's just great to see that throughout the community. We're really proud to be part of this community for a long, long time. 2020 for us has been a pretty crazy year. On top of the COVID pandemic, we've retired a CEO, so we've had to handle the transition of that, along with opening a new office, planning an opening of another office before the end of the year, and just a lot of things going on in this crazy year that we have. So just really appreciative of my team, appreciative of all you in the Jackson community that are helping care for our community, and I just really look forward to hearing all the stories of the Angels tonight. So thank you.
All right, now, if you don't mind, I'm going to take my mask off. I have a lot of reading to do tonight. So welcome, everyone. I'm Shelley Jusick. I'm the operations manager for Jackson Magazine. And, we are pleased also to be honoring all the Jackson Healthcare Angels for our 13th year, as Donovan had mentioned. And these angels are defined by passion that they hold for their profession, their loyalty to their organizations, but most importantly, the commitment they have to their patients and those that they serve. Our healthcare angels were nominated by the community, by their patients, by their coworkers, sometimes by their own families. And their nominations were reviewed by a panel that consists of representatives that are in the healthcare field, not the Jackson Magazine staff. We facilitate all of this, but we do not make those decisions. We have others that make those decisions, so we feel that's very important. All these nominees have wonderful qualities, but one quality that you will see about the winners here tonight is that they go above and beyond, either on the job or through what they do in the community on their own time. And especially this year with the pandemic, we've seen a lot of that extra work. Now, normally we will invite our past winners. We invite a large number of people to these events, and other of your coworkers are always welcome too, but we're not able to do so this year. So, we'd like to have more of a gala-style event, but nevertheless, these awards are important, and we can't go by with some sort of presentation for all these deserving awards. So we want to thank all of you for your patience and understanding in not having quite so many people here tonight, but we are on Facebook Live, so hopefully you have people watching. At this time, I'd like to introduce Josh Crawford, one of our sponsors from Lammers Heating. He's going to assist me tonight in presenting the awards, so come on up. I'm going to be introducing these healthcare angels in alphabetical order. So when I call you up, what I'm asking for you to do is come to the podium first if you'd like to say a few words. I know sometimes people get a little shy, and that's okay. But we'd like you to say that first, and then we'll have you step over to the side to receive your award, and we'll have your pictures taken at that time while I start reading about the next person, okay? We'll see if we can get through all of that together. Now, everyone has done such amazing things, and we're going to have the magazine available for all of you at the end of this event. So I'm just going to read little snippets, but hopefully you'll read all the wonderful stories that we have in Jackson Magazine when we're done. So let's begin. Our first recipient tonight is Lana Black. Lana, if you'll come up. Lana is our cover person this month, and Lana will receive a framed cover as well as her award. Lana earned a Bachelor of Science degree in nursing from Bradley University and did graduate work in education and research at the University of Michigan. Then she earned a Master of Science degree in nursing from Spring Arbor University. She also has earned advanced certification as an adult and geriatric nurse practitioner. Lana has worked as a nurse for 33 years, mostly at Henry Ford Allegiance Health. She is currently the provider in Henry Ford's 3-person nurse-led health failure clinic, which opened in 2019. On her own time, Lana reached out to obtain face masks for patients who did not have them and was even able to find a winter coat for one of her patients. Lana has trained many new nurses during her career, including a clinical preceptor for bachelor's and master's nursing students at Michigan State University, the University of Michigan, Spring Arbor University, and Grand Canyon University in Arizona. She's a lifetime member of Spring Arbor Methodist Church and a former Christian Life Club and Sunday school instructor. She's a member of the Autism Society of America, the American Association of Heart Failure Nurses, the Preventative Cardiovascular Nurses Association, the American College of Cardiology, and the American Association of Nurse Practitioners. I got through all those words. She and her husband, Tim, have 3 adult children. Congratulations, Lana.
This is right at my height. Can everybody hear okay? Those of you who know me, they've asked me to keep this to a minute, so you know I'm going to fail out of the gate here. But thank you, first of all. I'm very honored to receive this award, and I'm humbled to share this podium tonight with a lot of gifted and very dedicated individuals, some of whom I work alongside and some of whom I recognize from community. As I told Shelley in the past, this has always been my very favorite issue of the Jackson magazine every year because it's nearest and dearest to my heart. Thank you, Jackson magazine, for bestowing this honor each year and for finding a very special way to do it this year amidst the struggles. It's a very special honor to have received this award any period in time in your career, but especially in a year that is essentially the Super Bowl for healthcare workers. Given the current coronavirus, this year is for healthcare workers what 9/11 was for firefighters and police officers. And my prayers this year have been with healthcare workers as they continue to meet the needs for patients, wherever those patients are, and wherever the healthcare worker is, whether it's frontline, or whether it's in an office, or whether we're meeting needs wherever our positions are. I want to say a special thank you to my husband, Tim, who's been a great support. I'm going to tell him what he told me when he retired. He said, "Thank you for making a home life where I can go into the world and do what I love to do." And that's what we've done. I want to also thank my kids because they have been unconditional sources of support for me, and I appreciate that immensely. They've taken on some challenges while we've been busy during COVID, and I appreciate the work that they do to make our lives important. I've been given a special opportunity. 2 years ago, I was asked to help start a heart failure clinic. My dad passed away and had heart failure, and my mother-in-law also had heart failure. So I'm familiar with the journey that these families take and that the patients take, and I know that it's a difficult one. Their lives were profoundly affected by it. They both passed away, but would have benefited greatly from the heart failure clinic that is sitting at Henry Ford Allegiance now. I want to thank Henry Ford Allegiance, Wendy Boersma, Sue Cross, Dana Shook, for their vision to create a heart failure clinic, a place where a patient with heart failure knows that their journey can be understood. I would like to thank our group of great clinical educators, transitional care coordinators, cardiac rehab staff, telemonitoring staff, rehab staff, dietitians, primary care providers, cardiologists, hospitalists, and emergency room staff for partnering with us to care for these patients. I often say in the care of heart failure patients, the beauty is everyone owns heart failure because we all care for these patients. The tough part sometimes about bringing up a clinic is that everyone has a stake in heart failure, and so it's taken a great amount of collaboration, which has also been a joy. I want to thank Roxanne Myers and Missy Kennedy, who are the other two staff who work with me in the heart failure clinic. These two have incredibly positive attitudes, and they bring joy to the lives of their patients as well as to my life. I couldn't ask for better coworkers. Their dedication to our patients during COVID, going the extra mile to figure out whatever it was that the patient needed and to find a way to accomplish that, was incredible to watch. I also want to say a special thank you to the director of our advanced practice providers, who helps me in the clinic and covers patients periodically, and without whom which I would never have a vacation. So Leslie, I thank you very much. Lastly, and most importantly, I'm grateful to our patients who allow us to draw alongside them and to walk the journey with them, and I'm thankful for what they teach us. Thank you.
And then you did forward too. Next, I'm going to introduce Maria Boyle. Maria's from the Henry Ford Allegiance Ear, Nose, and Throat, and she's a certified medical assistant in Dr. Kirkner's office. Maria became a certified medical assistant 5 years ago after completing the medical assistant program at Jackson College and a 180-hour externship in Henry Ford Allegiance's neurology department. She wanted to help people, and her mom was also a nurse. She enjoys branching out and learning a variety of skills in this fast-paced profession. She's been credited with demonstrating excellence in patient care and has acted as a mentor to several coworkers, resulting in recognition and appreciation from both patients and management. When she isn't working, Maria can be found hunting or fishing. My husband would love that. Or spending time with her family, which includes her Rottweiler named Rose. She's also involved in numerous volunteer and community-focused positions, such as serving on the board at Redeemer Lutheran Church and as a vacation Bible school leader and church office secretary, as well as a volunteer at the Priceless Gift Toy Store and leader and helper with the Inner City Ministry Kids Explosion. Lana's participated in blood pressure clinics both at the church and through Jackson College, and has been part of Together We Can Make a Difference, which makes quilts for the Jackson Friendly Home. Congratulations, Maria. Next, I have Amy Chamberlain, Sports Medicine Director and Practice Manager at Orthopedic Rehab Specialists. After suffering her own physical injury in her junior year of high school, the former athlete's personal experience in athletic training introduced her and sparked her interest in this field. Now, Amy provides a positive experience for patients on the receiving end of physical therapy, athletic training, and rehabilitation. After earning her bachelor's degree in sports medicine from Central Michigan University and her master's in athletic training from the University of Oregon, Amy became an athletic trainer. Her 28-year career in the field includes working as an athletic trainer in outpatient physical therapy in the Detroit area, followed by working in rehabilitation for General Motors employees through a Lansing hospital. In 1996, Amy began working part-time in a high school setting as an athletic trainer for orthopedic rehab specialists. Over the years, she progressed into an administrative role and eventually becoming the sports medicine director and practice manager, where she oversees financial aspects of the business and human resource management. Credited as an influential employee at Orthopedic Rehab Specialist, Amy hopes to continue playing an instrumental role in the field until she's ready to retire. Congratulations, Amy. Next is Adrian Cognata. Adrian also works for Henry Ford Allegiance Health, and she's an emergency room nurse, sexual assault nurse examiner coordinator, SANE nurse, medical examiner investigator. Experiencing trauma and seeing victims of sexual assault is a heavy topic, but for Adrian, it is just a portion of her job duties. Adrian initially got her start in healthcare when she was just 19 as a certified medical assistant at a local family practice. Today, she's an emergency room nurse, sexual assault nurse examiner coordinator, and SANE nurse at Henry Ford Allegiance Health, where she also works as a medical examiner investigator. Every day on the job is different for Adrian, but her passion for providing a voice that brings safety, treatment, and justice to victims is constant. As a mentor to 13 SANE nurses with diverse backgrounds, she aims to pass on her knowledge, educating and empowering that team. In the future, this self-proclaimed big dreamer hopes to expand full medical forensic programs in Jackson, providing a safe place for trauma-informed care, support, and treatment. She wants to make a positive impact for as long as she can. Thanks. Congratulations, Adrian.
Even though Lana said everything and more that I could possibly say, she's amazing. I want to give a special thanks to my husband Mitch for being so supportive, and during these uncertain times that are extremely difficult for many people in our community, it's become more apparent that we need to uplift each other and uplift everyone around us. So I'm proud to be part of such an amazing community, an amazing hospital that works hard to do that. Thank you guys.
Next is Alicia Dubois Whelan. She works with Schmidt and Amin Dental, and she's a dental hygienist. Alicia was a student at Grand Valley State University majoring in physical therapy when a set of personal issues brought her home. She thought about that career project long ago and enrolled at Kellogg Community College in Battle Creek in the dental hygiene program. Initially, she started as a substitute for other hygienists in Jackson County until she found a full-time position in Brooklyn where she is an asset to their team. She's able to connect with children and make them feel very comfortable. Alicia believes she has landed in the perfect office because they are very accommodating and occasional family crises. She and her husband Jacob are foster parents, and during COVID they were placed with two brothers, 9 and 2, whom they will now adopt. The couple also has a 1-year-old biological son. Congratulations, Alicia. Why is everyone afraid of the microphone? Next is Laura McCulley. She works with Women's First Health Services as a certified nurse midwife. Laura initially went to college to pursue a business degree, but quickly found her passion was healthcare. While studying at Michigan State University, McCulley was a patient care assistant on the women's health floor at Lansing St. Lawrence Hospital. Then there she developed a love for OB nursing and the close-knit patient-midwife relationship. She loves to educate women about their health and how their bodies work, and seeing younger girls and teens grow up, and she enjoys taking care of women throughout their pregnancies. Although she doesn't do labor and delivery like most midwives do, she enjoys following patients' lifelong health journey. She includes spending time with patients in prenatal care appointments and helping women get ready for labor, delivery, postpartum, and even menopause. She takes the time to check up on patients even during her lunch hour. When she's away from the office, this diehard MSU fan enjoys golfing at Sharp Park and Cascades. She also has a large garden to look after. Laura's been at Women's First Health Services with Dr. Pastrisa for 14 years. Congratulations, Laura. We do have one person that wasn't able to be here tonight. It was Kathy Niehaus. She is a registered nurse at St. Joseph Mercy, Chelsea. So we will make sure we get her award to her. Next is Savannah Phillips from Alara Caring. Savannah is a clinical manager, and during the early days of the COVID pandemic, the staff at Jackson's Alara Caring had the unique task of adapting their home-based hospice care work for a time when people were understandably wary of letting anyone else into their homes. Savannah rose to the occasion and was on the front lines of the fight to make end-of-life care safe and comfortable in such an uncertain time. Savannah has been working in medical care since graduating from Jackson College 5 years ago. After a year as a medical surgical nurse at Hillsdale Hospital, she moved to Alara Caring to pursue her passion for hospice, a dream she had had since witnessing the excellent end-of-life care that 2 of her grandparents received. She went above and beyond to support her staff and obtain the necessary supplies to support safe care, obtaining PPE from outside vendors, and obtained donations from as far away as Detroit. She's worked outside of her shift to find donations for local facilities so that they can meet the needs of their patients. And she worked diligently to sanitize the equipment and provide transportation to deliver. She also spends time outside of work volunteering with hospice patients, where she can step out of her role as a nurse and just be their friend. Congratulations, Savannah. Next is Tess Powell. Tess is a registered nurse at Henry Ford Allegiance Health. And in high school, Tess's mother was diagnosed with bladder cancer, and she supported her mother every step of the way and discovered her love for the healthcare field. She graduated from East Jackson High School and attended Jackson College and became certified as a registered nurse and then a clinical instructor. While working in the Henry Ford Allegiance emergency room, she finished her Bachelor of Science in Nursing at Spring Arbor University and just recently completed her Master of Science in Nursing from Spring Arbor University with plans to become a nurse practitioner. She currently works in the cardiovascular intensive care unit, providing pre- and post-op care. She also worked briefly with COVID patients shortly following the immediate outbreak of the virus. She earned the Daisy Award in 2015, which is given to nurses who demonstrate both extraordinary clinical skill and compassionate care. Tess is grateful for her husband, TJ, who has stood by her side throughout her career and education. Congratulations, Tess. Next is Samantha Skripchik from Brooklyn Living Center, where she is the activities director. Samantha's life and career started in a very different place than where she is today. She says there is nowhere else she'd rather be than serving as the activity director at Brooklyn Living Center. A car accident during her senior year at college set Samantha off on a path of caregiving. As she was also cared for by others, she realized this was her true calling, to serve others in a similar fashion. Following graduation, she spent some time in banking before she took her current job at Brooklyn Living Center. Now, her days are filled with trips and crafts and games, singing and dancing, and anything else that brings joy to the 68 residents, where there are no 2 days the same. During the pandemic, she made sure the residents' needs were taken care of first, when the residents were not only in lockdown but could not leave their rooms. She credits her parents for modeling how to lead with generosity, which she strives to emulate. Congratulations, Samantha.
First off, I want to say how honored I am to have been nominated for this award. I want to say thank you to the person or the people who have watched how much pride I take every day in the work that I do and felt that I would be a good recipient. I've strived my entire life to make a difference in someone's life, to be an inspiration, to be the friendly face and the person people know that they can go on and rely on. I now get to go to work every day and do something that I love, and I get paid to do it. I want to thank my parents for bestowing the gift of a generous and kind heart, and also to learn to appreciate the little things in life. I want to thank my husband, Joseph, for walking through this sometimes very crazy days with me, and also for his love and support. He appreciates the original side of my personality and tries not to question the out-of-this-world daily thoughts that I have. I want to thank my coworker, Lindsay, for helping me and to inspire me each day to continue to go on. I work with a great team at the Brooklyn Living Center, and I want to thank the rest of my coworkers for being so supportive in my job. I want to say a very big thank you to my boss, Amy Manville. She saw something in me and hired me for my dream role. She has helped mold me to become the person I am today. She gives me creative freedom needed to do my job well. She's also there to bounce ideas off of and be a sounding board that I often need. I am truly blessed to work with the residents that I do and to have all of the people around me that I do have. This year has taught me so much about myself, how much I'm able to handle, how much I'm able to give back. There's been days that I wanted to not get up, but there's also been days that I see all of my residents in front of my face and know that I'm their person, and that's what makes it possible. Thank you.
Next, we have Kelly Trushin, registered nurse at Henry Ford Elysians Health. Kelly is a master juggler. She works in the emergency department at Henry Ford Allegiance Hospital as a trauma-certified registered nurse. She is a wife to Jay and mother to a 20-month-old son. She's also enrolled in Spring Arbor University's Family Nurse Practitioner program. All this while we were experiencing the coronavirus. When she started classes at Jackson College, Kelly was interested in science and helping others and maybe becoming a teacher. And then she was introduced to the nursing program and she found her calling. Now Kelly wants to be even more of a leader, so she enrolled in the nurse practitioner program and hopes someday to be working in women's health or in an office where she can make more relationships with patients. Despite being so busy, Kelly makes sure she takes care of herself with exercise, lifting weights, cardio, yoga. She eats relatively healthy, said, and plants flowers and has a garden. Congratulations, Kelly.
Thank you, Jackson Magazine, for this award. I'm honored to be acknowledged with so many wonderful healthcare providers. I have really been blessed in my life. I have been blessed with wonderful family and friends who support me each day, and I have been blessed with courageous coworkers who fought the front lines of the COVID-19 pandemic with me. God has really gave me the dream to be a philanthropist in life and to help heal the sick. And I have the opportunity to live this dream every day that I work. I love my career and I love my community, and I am so proud to represent Henry Ford Allegiance Health. Thank you all.
Now we have Susan Waite, the co-owner and Beltone Hearing Aid Centers of Mid-Michigan. Susan loves to do anything to make people happy. She sees many happy people and life transformation as the co-owner with her husband, Tim, of the Beltone Hearing Aid Centers of Mid-Michigan. They bought their business in 1996 when the previous owner retired. She was no stranger to the business. After working there since 1989, she started out as a receptionist and then trained to be a board-certified hearing instrument specialist, working directly with patients to resolve hearing health issues. Even as the co-owner, she remains hands-on, working with a dozen or more patients daily. Because hearing loss does increase the risk of Alzheimer's and dementia, can cause depression and create isolation, Susan kept working even when the coronavirus shut down their facilities last spring. She routed all her calls to her cell phone and provided curb services and driveway drop-off services for those people. Susan and Tim enjoy spending time with their 6 adult children and 7 grandchildren. Congratulations, Susan.
Well, first, I just want to say how honored I am to be here, and thank you to whoever nominated me and sees what my daily life is like with helping the hearing impaired. For many of you who might not know about the hearing impaired people, it's very challenging, and the biggest thing I can do is do a little advocating for them right now, because right now with the coronavirus, we're all wearing a mask. For people that have a hearing loss, it's horrible for them. They need to see your face, to read your lips, because your eyes help your ears. So I want everybody, if you do have somebody with a hearing loss in your family, be patient with them and try to remember to help them to understand you better when you're wearing a mask, because it is very difficult for them. I want to thank my husband for his support that he always gives me, and my daughter Rachel for all she does for me as well. And thank you to Jackson Magazine for this nice event. Thank you.
And now, Elizabeth Zwick. For the past 10 years, Elizabeth has served as a certified physician assistant for Mid-Michigan Health Centers in downtown Jackson, providing acute and chronic care management for all patients of all ages. Upon graduating with a master's in physician assistant studies, she did 2 clinical rotations with Mid-Michigan Health Center and then was offered a full-time job. Her days consist of evaluating and diagnosing and treating patients. She orders, interprets, screening, and diagnostic images, lab tests, and procedures. She also counsels and educates patients on disease and conditions and on preventative care, and much more. In between everything else, she mentors high school and college students. During the pandemic, she would take on extra hours to provide telehealth screenings. Being a PA allows her a work-life balance where she can give 100% to both her job and her husband and 2 boys. Congratulations, Elizabeth.
Thank you so much for this honor. It's really nice to have something positive this year. Thank you, Jackson Magazine, for doing this each year, to the sponsors as well. I want to say a big thank you to our staff at Mid-Michigan Health Center. They have been just amazing this year. Everyone got kind of creative, really pulled together. I think honestly going to work each day kind of kept me sane with everything else going on. It was nice to go to work and feel like you were helping others and to escape social media and all the negativity. So honestly, I'm so grateful for them. I've been working with them for 10 years and I truly love what I do. I want to say thank you to my supervising physician, who's also my mentor for many years, Dr. Rosenberg, and I work closely with him each day. Our other physicians are fantastic as well. We've really grown over the last 10 years since I've been there, and I'm very, very proud to be a part of that. I want to say thank you to my husband, Charlie, who is wonderful and supportive, and my 2 boys that I love coming home to each day and doing what I do for them. Thanks so much again.
We're all having to move on. Why don't we give everyone a big round of applause again, these amazing people. Again, I want to thank everyone for coming and our sponsors and just everyone that's here supporting all of the other healthcare angels. Also, just to remind you that we will have over here on the table on your way out, you can grab a handful of magazines so you can share with your friends and family. And just enjoy the rest of your evening, and thank you again for allowing us to do this out here tonight. It's actually turned out to be a very nice evening. I was worried. Thank you all.